Okay, so it is day 26 of NaNoWriMo. I'm definitely not going to get any words in here this morning, specifically because I have a big meeting at work this afternoon. So I'm going to leave here in about probably 30 minutes to go ahead and head up to the office to get that started. We've got a lot of big projects that are in the plans and in the works right now, so we all have to have meetings about that. And then I do have the live write-in this evening, so I will get some writing done for that. I did get a few hundred words written yesterday at the library, and luckily I've been able to get the prompt to work for my actual story, because that's one of my big things right now is that I've already finished the 50,000 words, so I really don't have to worry so much about just word counts of getting the sprints as fast as possible. So I'm trying to get things that actually relate to my plot into the book. So that actually went really well yesterday. So I'm gonna try to pull up some more prompts for this evening that can be at least in some way related to either my project or at least a couple degrees away from it, where I can kind of change it a little bit for my specific story. So I'm gonna see if I can get those looked up this afternoon after I get back from my meeting. So let's see how it goes. Hey guys, okay, so it's later on day 26, but since I am uploading the meager little video that I made for yesterday, I figured we could have like an actual little chat about stuff today before I have to head out to work for my meeting. Some of the things I was gonna mention are like lessons that I've learned from NaNoWriMo this year. And they're things that, you know, a couple of them I kind of learned a little bit last year, but this year, I mean, every single year is totally different. One of the first ones was that, obviously, case in point, what I'm doing right now, is that daily vlogs, they definitely make Nano a little bit rougher. Just because you have to try to like mentally stay aware of recording stuff and taking pictures throughout the day, which is difficult enough to take pictures all the time, you know, for things like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Like I haven't been really good about posting on Facebook pictures. Pretty much I'm way more active on Instagram than even Facebook, honestly. Although if you want to know about videos, then you have to follow on Facebook, because I don't really post a lot about my videos on Instagram. I do sometimes, but not this month, since it's been like every single day I have a video. Second big lesson that I learned was that being an ML for NaNoWriMo makes it an entirely different game. And in a good way, I have to say. I mean, yes, it was far more responsibility than last year, but it was so much better to know that we had meetings as often as we did, and you know that there was always stuff going on, that everybody communicated so much better, because I actually made a group specifically for our part of town. I mean, like literally we had every single weekday there was a meeting. I think only the 14th, ironically enough, which was ML Appreciation Day. We did not have any meetings, and it was because I was sick. That was the other thing. It's because I was sick, and so I had to like cancel the meeting that day. But it was definitely a great month. Okay, so and in addition to the whole, you know, being an ML, because also then everybody up here was able to have, you know, the little goodie bags to welcome them. Not everybody, man, I ran out, which was actually a really good problem to have. And so now I know that for next year I need to make way more. It was also really cool because everybody was so communicative and helpful to everybody else, and having that Facebook page specifically for up here made it so that so many more people reached their word goals, and they were able to, you know, really come together as a community. So we're all like cheering each other on, and oh gosh, it was so much fun. Every single time somebody would post and go, oh, today I got this many words. And then, you know, seeing them in the Write 10K in a Day group was just that much more fun, because then everybody is just getting all these words in, and it's fun because you get to seriously connect with people. So it was awesome, because I would show up to an event, and I mean, I pulled in one day, and the car next to me, there's a woman in the car, and she looks over and like kind of gives me like the little finger wave, and I was like, hi, you know, I don't know who this woman is. And so then like we get out of the car and she's waiting for me outside of the car. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And she's like, I swear I'm not a stalker. And, but she's like, I feel like I know you, because she had seen me on these videos and actually knew where and when to show up. So, I mean, that was awesome. And that's not the first person. I mean, like, having people actually show up just because they got into contact on here instead of even on the NaNoWriMo website, I cannot tell you how much fun it has been to like meet everybody and get this community going. And I want to let all you guys know that I'm going to keep these kinds of things happening. So every single month we're going to have a monthly live write-in for 2 hours where we're all going to sit there and be able to write together. So I will keep some of this stuff going because I know that it's really difficult to stay dedicated to writing when you're by yourself. And especially like some of you guys out there that are out in, you know, the boonies and don't have a lot of writing community around you, having those things where you can actually connect with others is a huge help. Kind of tagging onto that, the fact that meetups matter so much. That's kind of one of the other lessons, is that meetups really mean a lot, not just for the community, but for actually sitting down and scheduling that time to get some writing in. Being able to just focus on your project and say, I'm going to be doing this right now, to get those word counts in, no matter what, you're gonna be doing some sprints, you're gonna be focusing on the project at hand, and you're gonna get some words down on the paper. That makes a big difference. Now, you know, on the opposite side of that coin, at the same time, I also noticed that for me, a lot of times I need that time by myself to write so that I can hyper focus on the project at hand. So, I mean, I liked both sides of it. Having the, you know, meetups with everybody there though really helps you just crank out some words. So it just kind of depends. I like the best of both worlds. I liked both of the setups, if that makes sense. Last but not least, NaNoWriMo lesson for this year is that I understand pantsing. I do. Don't get me wrong, I love plotting a book, love it. And I'm kind of wondering if there's a market out there to sell a plotted out book. Does anybody know that? Because, like, if you don't know, I am a serious organizer. And so I have an actual notebook, like a binder with tabs for every single character, with flesh outs, with setting, you know, oh, what is it called? With like the setting all drawn up and, you know, information about the setting and everything. And then an actual plot, I've got it on the plot embryos, and then I've got the master scene cards in there, and I've got everything charted out, and yet I still totally understand pantsing. Yeah. So if there's a market out there to sell pre-planned out books with all of this stuff fleshed out, or if that's what it kind of means to like be a co-author or something, I don't know. This would be kind of a new avenue, but I have no issue plotting out books and planning the whole thing with the master scene cards and showing the hero's journey and, you know, fleshing out every single character. I have no problem doing that. But when it comes to writing, a lot of times I can tell that I work better by the seat of my pants, which is totally weird for me. So that was a big lesson that I learned, definitely. And I learned that really when I did 10K in a day the first time, a couple days before Nano started. So yeah, that I have to say was probably a super big lesson for me. But that's where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna finish uploading this measly little video from yesterday and get it up for you guys, just so that it's out of the way. And then I'll get this guy up for you guys later, soon. And then I'll see you again tonight. So, get your coffee ready.